Hey, it's Noha here, and I have a very interesting and fun lesson today for you. It's all about chocolate. Where does chocolate come from? What do you know about chocolate? First, do you like chocolate? I'm sure everybody does. But where do you think chocolate comes from? Does chocolate come from the shop? We buy chocolate from a shop, but chocolate actually comes from cacao beans. Where does chocolate come from? Chocolate comes from cacao pods, and cacao pods grow on cacao trees. Those trees are grown in large plantations in hot places such as Brazil in South America and Ghana in West Africa. How are cacao beans harvested? After 6 months of growing, the cacao pods are ripe and they are harvested. The cacao pods are split open with a machete, which is a large heavy knife, and the cacao beans are removed. What happens to the cocoa beans next? The beans are covered with banana leaves and left to dry out in the sun for about a week. Then, the beans are shipped out to chocolate factories all over the world. Now let's step inside the factory and learn how is chocolate made from cacao beans. In factories, the beans are cleaned and then roasted. The shells are cracked and removed, and you're left with broken pieces of cacao called nibs. The nibs are then ground into a thick paste. Then, other ingredients such as sugar, cocoa butter, and milk are added to make the chocolate taste nice. Next, the chocolate is poured into a mold and left to set. And finally, the chocolate is packaged and sent to shops to be sold. Okay, that's a fun game to check your understanding of the steps. Can you put the pictures in order to show where chocolate comes from? Let's start with number 1. Oh no, try again. That's right, number 1 is ripe cacao pods. Can you guess what is number 2? Perfect, removing the cacao beans from the pods. Now what comes next in number 3? Uh-oh, try again, I'm sure you can do it. Correct, the beans are covered with banana leaves. Can you guess what is number 4? Yes, we need the sun to dry the beans. Now, what's the final step? You got that right. The beans are shipped to chocolate factories all over the world. Well done. Now, those are the meanings of words we have used in our lesson. Harvested, when crops are collected. Paste, a thick, soft, sticky substance. Machete, a large, heavy knife. Plantations, a large group of plants and trees. Ripe, ready to be used or eaten. Nibs, crushed cacao beans. Mold, a hollow container used to give shape to liquid when it cools and hardens. Thank you and see you next session.